When I lose the dogs, poor Richard. Yeah, they don't know the situation. Only pages in the bigger picture pause when the picture or pause of the liquor, yeah. Feels like a Salvador and a killer, yeah. It helps shut the doors and it seals them up. Hope for some more when I feel my...
Hey, what is going on, everybody? It is October 20th, 2020. This is episode number 16 of the Mo Banter podcast. I think we've missed like the last 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks.
Something like that.
Life, been busy. Work, got kids, family, school, life. So that intro, as always, is brought to you by my cousin, How Rodello, aka How Words, or How Words, aka How Rodello. However, you can find him here on the YouTube right behind us at Lost in My Cup. You can also find him on the Spotify. Where are you, Spotify? You're right here. I don't use Spotify anymore, so I didn't log in, but you can find them there. You can find them along with, you can find them in other music publishing websites or distribution websites as well. All those links will be down in the comments down below. And as we have the back screen going and we said we were going to do some stuff, once again, I bring you my friend. Damn it. Wrong one. Pivot. Lil'zzz is brought to you by my friend, Brissia Jiménez. You can find her on the Twitter at bdoodles. You can find her here. She is currently open for commission, so if you want to hit her up, DM her, let her know what's good, let her know that I sent you. I don't get no cut out of it, but, it's just good to kind of help people go around. So just say, hey, I saw you here, whatever the case may be. This is just a trial run. I've known her for such a long time. She's very, very talented, and she has all these stores. She has her Redbubble store. She has her Lil'zzz Instagram page you can follow at Lil'zzz. I believe that's 2 underscores. And then she has the Threadless. Is it this one?
Right there, yeah.
Yeah, and then she has a Threadless here where she has all her designs on sale. And I believe Threadless is actually holding a sale now. This is 52% off. It's 25 to 12. So it's clean. These are all her designs. Again, if you got kids, Christmas is around the corner. I understand things are rough. Things are tough. But it's a sale, and you know what? Honestly, kids always need clothes, and these are I don't like to really use the word. I don't know if it's like the masculinity. I don't really like to use the word cute, but these are cute, and they're really, really nice. I mean, honestly, you put your baby in one of these, you put your little kids in any one of these, man. Even for yourself, you know what I'm saying? Just look at this little dog right here. What I'm saying. So, so I'm gonna leave it on. I'll leave it on the Threadless page. No. I like this one better.
Okay.
Because it has a little thing on top. And the Redbubble has a lot of other products I forgot to mention, pillows and stuff. So, again, the links to all this stuff will be down in the description below on both the podcast that's hosted on Anchor, Spotify, and other publications, and also on. But you know what? This white gives us this messed up thing, though. Whatever. It's for YouTube. I don't care. I don't care. But again, all the links to both Howard's, a.k.a. Howard Rodello, a.k.a. my cousins, and Brissia Jiménez, all their links where you can find them and everything else will be in the description on both the YouTube channel and on the podcast. So with those intros out of the way, hi, Nathan.
Hey, Dad.
How are you?
A little tired.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Even though I napped. But I don't know, dude. Ever since we been out this month, I guess since we broke our bubble, I guess we've expended so much energy that it's like, damn, this is what it feels like to expend energy. Dude, we've been running around like crazy for the last month. Our family came in from Virginia. They're moving to Utah. My 3 god kids, the 2 godsons and the goddaughter, the comadre, your soul brother. I don't know what you have for the other 2.
I don't.
Not yet.
Not yet.
We're still developing those relationships. But, they were in town for the last month, 5 weeks, trying to get their stuff situated because there was a layover from moving from Virginia to things. So she's, originally from Cali. She brought the kids down. We were trying to see them every weekend. Of course, we try to stay as safe as possible. We wore masks the entire time. We did take them off, but we're, with an exposure with them, but just with them. It was never got to a point where we were out in public really masked and put in such a public place. We try to be as safe as possible, but after 7 months I think we kind of just had it. And again, them being my godchildren, or your soul brother, if we weren't going to break it for them, who were we going to break it for? So we did that. So yeah, we've been tired ever since. I think October has been the most tiring month, and not tiring in a way where like I know when like all this stuff started, it was like, damn, I'm tired. But we were tired of like not doing anything. We were tired of being bored. We were tired of staying home. We were tired of not being so active. Now it's like, well, we got 6 months, and now the last month has been just run. We got this, we got that. Can you take care of them? Cool. Let's bring them down. And now I'm just tired. All right, cool. So I mean I guess that's our story. And just stay safe, people. We were out. I get it. We're not being hypocrites. But we wore masks. We saw grandma, grandpa, saw Uncle Steve, Auntie Carol for the first time. Saw the nieces and nephews for the first time. Wore masks the entire time. We're out 6, 7, 8 hours, something like that, between both houses.
7.
And we wore masks basically the entire time, except for like the 45 minutes to an hour where grandma stayed away from us so we can eat comfortably without our mask. Yeah. And even like at grandma's house, we were socially distancing, So again, people, responsibility. I understand you want to be with people and you want to do all these things, but you have to be responsible. You have to wear your mask. You have to, it's just the right thing to do. Anyways, let's get to the fun stuff. GSL. So the last time we spoke, we did our brackets, and I guess it's time for the brackets. For the bracket talk.
At the last there.
And I zoom in. What was the stupid thing? Control plus?
Yeah, to zoom in.
Yeah. I think that's good right there.
That's good.
I'm telling you, man, we ain't got no space. All right, cool. So currently I'm up for season 3, which is our second kind of bracket pool thing that we got going. I'm up by 22 points, which isn't bad because you've had some pretty bad beats in the group stages. So I guess just to recap where all these points came from, because I don't think we've done anything with the points yet, right? Because we made our picks, but we hadn't actually awarded ourselves any points in the last podcast, right? That was just like the setup, like the picking.
Yeah. For the round of 16?
Yeah. But we never like went over the results and stuff like that. Yeah. All right, cool. So this goes through the round of 8, which was, we watched round 24. We saw the selections. We made our little bracket Excel sheet or Google sheet thing here with our points for round of 16, made our picks. Offline, we did our picks for round of 8 when it got to that point. But we did the same thing as we did last year. We kept the same scoring system for the most part and kind of went forward, but we also did award points for those. So the matches today are the first matches in the round of 4.
Yes. Well, the first match.
The first match. Yeah. It's only 2 for the round of 4. So we'll get to that point, but let's discuss in the beginning. So I got a 22-point lead going from top 16 to round of 8. This is the way I was able to achieve at least the first half of the thing, because after the first round I was up by like 14 points.
Yeah.
So I got I actually called Pool A perfectly and got my 20 points for Pool A. On Pool B, I called it correctly, but in the incorrect order. So I had both Zest and DRG coming out, but they came out in the opposite order. Zest came out first, so that awarded me 10. That was 30. Pool C was probably the one where I took the biggest beat because I relied on the wrong people. And part of it, too, was my fault because I should have really known that Maru was going to kick Party's ass. He played so well.
He did.
He's been playing so well. He's been playing out his fucking mind so well. But I got 6 points for that because I had Stats qualifying second, but he actually came out first. I had Parting coming out first, and he only won 1 game in the entire thing where he went 0-2, I believe. Yeah, he went 0-2. I got 1 point because he won 1 game. Stats went 2-0. I had him going 2-1, so I got 5 points. And then Pool D, Rogue got me 2 points, but Innovation actually kind of saved that pool for me because he gave me the 10. He came out second. I thought he wasn't going to come out. I was kind of scared. Oof. I thought he wasn't going to come out.
Rogue is what happens when you're too confident, people.
That was my toss-up. Oh, that's the one where he...
Yes.
Oh, my... Okay, we got to discuss this.
Yeah.
We got to discuss this because A, B, and C were fan... No, you know what? Before we even get to me ranting, since we went through all of it, let's go through yours. Okay. So we have 20, 10, 6, and 12. That gave me 48. So that was my point after round of 16. For you, you called Armani correct. You had Zound coming out first, but he ended up losing. But he won 4 times. Yeah. He went to max 4 times, did he not? Oh, no. Sorry. Oh, because he won 1. He won the first time against Armani, right? That was 2 victories.
Yeah.
And then he won one on his second one, and he won again against Armani. So that was 4 points because you made the correct.
Yeah.
You selected him first. He didn't do anything, but we award 1 point for every game that they win when they don't qualify. So he gave you pretty much the max.
Yeah.
So you got 4 for him. You got 10 for Armani. So you got 14 for Pool A. Pool B you called perfectly, but in the incorrect order. So you got 10 points for that.
Yeah.
You took a bad beat on Pool C. You only got 3 points there. And then
Beyond was looking good.
He was. I'm not gonna lie. He was looking pretty good. But that's why you play the games, man. I mean, like, was it Rogue that went from winning to not even qualifying? So it happens, dude. Like, that's why I love Starcraft so much, man, because it happens. And then Pool D, you called innovation correct, but in incorrect order. You had him coming out first. He came out second, and then we both. I think we both had Rogue coming out.
Yeah.
You got 2 points for him. Yeah, we'll talk about him in a bit. So going through all the points again, you got 14, 10, that's 24, plus 1, that's 31, plus 3, that's 34. So it was 34-48 after round, so I was up by 14. All right, so let's recap. Let's recap 14.
All right.
Armani, baby.
Armani.
He made, so let's just stick around. He made it to 8.
He made it
to 8. And that was hype. I was so happy for him. He was so happy. I don't know. I know that dude's like 17 years younger than me, and I'm over here nerding out over some 20-year-old cat or whatever, like winning. But like, to me, I love video games. I've loved video games since I was a little kid. I've always been, like a competitive guy, and like I can compete in the courts and the field and stuff like that. Especially when I was younger, I used to ball out and do all the crazy stuff. I was never like, oh my god, he's gonna be college scouted or whatever. But I do keep that. I'm just a very competitive person. And then, like, knowing his story, we discussed his story before. Like, he was ready to retire. He had been a pro gamer for 6-7 years already. He was in a house for 6-7 years, and nobody really ever heard of this guy. Like, he would go to smaller tournaments, and maybe you'd see him and you would hear Armani, but he wouldn't make any noise. And he was like, I'm done. And then this qualified for round of 8. That was so hype.
Yeah.
It was so hype, and he played so well. And like, at first when Zun beat him, because the first game against Zun was pretty much an ass beating. Like, I was like, oh my god, poor Armani. I was like, man, he's gonna go 0-2, and he's gonna. He was not to be denied.
Yeah.
So he lost to Armani.
Dream was Dream is.
I mean, but in the sense of, like, we're not gonna say talent here because he beat Dream, but in the sense of being noticed, Dream is more known than Armani. I've heard of Dream before.
I think I have to.
So he was a little bit more known. So like after Zound beat him, I was like, damn, like it's gonna be like Pool A. It's TY, Dream, Zound, and Armani. Like, it's like 3 people who are given a chance, and then Armani was, like, you rooted for him. But like, again, like this is what goes on in every sport, whether competitive, whether digital, whether esport, whatever. You don't look strong on paper, and people write you off. We hear it all the time in the cast, all the time, with Hostess going, oh, this guy has no shit. This guy has no. I have this guy, and I know they're experts, and I'm not saying that they're wrong for doing it. They're giving their opinions like we're giving ours, and that's fine. But you see it on everything, like even ESPN, like, this team should never lose to this team, and blah 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 blah. Like, you hear me say it when it comes to like watching football. When somebody, hey, you want to watch these 2 teams? Like, why do I want to watch that dumpster fire game for? Because on paper, they're not going to produce an actual good game. But sometimes you produce. Armani produced, and he lost to Zound, and then he beat Dream. And then he came back for the run back against Zound and beat him. I was like, oh, yes. I was so hyped.
I am a little disappointed for Jun, though.
All right, so you say Jun, and I say Zound.
Yeah.
Because of the Z.
Yeah.
They say Zound in the English telecast that you can find on the Africa TV channel on YouTube. AFREECA TV. Still not a sponsor. Damn, not even contacted. We can't get no shirts, Africa TV. Like, oh, bro, if they can give us some Africa Freaks, like esports jerseys. Yeah. Oh, bro, we would rock that.
Yeah.
Dude, that would be like the official wardrobe of like the Mo Banter podcast. Straight out, we would just be wearing like our team jerseys. Like, hey, I'm just saying, It doesn't have to be an Africa free or an Africa TV like esports jersey. Y'all want to give us some shirts? Well, hey, Coke, Pepsi, Häagen-Dazs. I mean, at that point, we're gonna need some free, like some free 2 liters and some free ice cream and stuff. but, hey, I'm just saying, and once the quarantine is over, I'm thinking we can still do a lot of these.
Oh yeah.
Even after quarantine is over, but we hey, it's a family podcast, father and son podcast. Like, bro, McDonald's, Burger King, like we eat you too. Like, yeah, it's not our favorite food, but damn, we eat you when we hungry. So, hey, hook it up. If you want to, hey, Popeyes, we love that chicken sandwich. We'll talk about that later too.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways, let's get back. So Armani, so hyped for him. Probably the best moment for me in the round of 16 was just knowing that Armani was going to go to round of 8. Pool B was pretty hype, as you can tell by the scores here. Like, most of the games went to 5. I think only one game was a 2-0, and that was Solar versus Cure. Everything else looked like it went to 5 games.
Yeah.
Let me see. Cure DRG went 5 games. Solar versus Zest.
Let's talk about Solar. Let's talk about Solar's friggin' cheese strat against Zest.
Was that the mine?
Yes.
Thing?
Yeah.
That was the one game that he won.
The one game. Yeah.
The one game that he won. You want to talk about it now? You want to talk about it later? Because it did happen
talk about
again.
Later.
Okay.
No spoilers.
Yeah, they should already know. Africa TV on YouTube. Africa.tv on the URL on your web browser. Still not a sponsor. Okay, so I mean, but that pool B was a pretty hype pool.
Yeah.
Like, that was a pretty good one. Same thing with pool C. I was not really expecting. I know the scores kind of lit out to be, but I don't think there was like blowouts in that game. I think it was pretty slow, methodical, kind of a little bit slower in terms of Starcraft. But is this the one where the dude blew himself up? Well, Maru. That was Maru versus Party, right?
Yeah.
So. Again, you guys have to go watch this. In the first match between Party versus Mario, this is game 1 or game 2? I can't remember. I know it was game 1 or I think it was game 2 actually.
1.
Well, anyways, it doesn't matter. Go look it up. Watch the whole series, Africa TV on YouTube.
Like 100+ turrets.
So they get to
like the
40th minute.
Yeah.
And Maru is just building turrets because he's so far ahead. Like, this dude, literally, he could have ended the game like maybe 12 minutes before it actually ended. I don't know what he was thinking. I don't know what he was doing, but the game just takes a crawling space, and he's over here just nuking things left and right, getting some good hits off of nukes, and then he got super cocky, and he figures, hey, I'm just gonna fucking nuke these people here, and I should win this game. He engages, throws a nuke, forgets about said nuke, and blows up like 60 supply worth of army. That's his own. GG. He literally killed himself. That's a self-kill. I think that is the first self-kill that went into a GG, I think. Because I know there was a match. There was a match a while ago. Like, it was between Idra and a Terran.
Like, that was at like IPL 3 back in 2011.
No. There's another one where, or when we were talking about the same one, where Idra's playing some Terran. I can't remember what the Terran's name was. And he's taking, I think, either his 3rd or 4th expansion. And he puts tanks around in siege mode to kind of protect, in case everything, so it can finish. And for whatever reason or however it happened, while he's clicking on the tank, he accidentally clicks the tanks and clicks A on his own command center. So he blows up his own command center.
He was trying to get rid of the rocks to mine the rich minerals.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
And then for whatever reason, whatever happened, an audio signal was sent, and Idra GG'd. Idra GG'd.
I saw that too.
Like, literally, like, what? Everybody goes, what is he doing? This guy had killed his own expansion. He was literally behind at that point because he did you the favor, and he GG'd. But I've never seen this where it's like you literally blow yourself up, and then you yourself like, well, I messed up. Sorry. Anyways, that was a good one. Pool D
was also pretty good.
Yes, that was pretty good. So okay, so we went through your points as well, right?
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk to damn Pool D. Let's talk about Pool D.
Rant away.
So I hate ZVZ. With the fury, I hate ZVZ. A passion, I hate ZVZ. We see Rogue Innovation. Not bad. We see Dark and Trap. Not bad. And then Dark played Rogue in the losers match. Oh my god. It's just so bad. It's so bad. Like, the matches should have been over. They could have been over. But Rogue just felt like Dark didn't, because I think at this point, what was it, like 13-1 in favor of Rogue to Dark? And like, Rogue doesn't even care to really, he just thinks, I want to walk over Dark and it's going to be easy and blah, 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 blah. Doesn't turn out to really be the case. I mean, I think he beats him the first game pretty handily, pretty quick.
Pretty good, yeah.
And then he gets cocky in the second game. And I fell asleep during this game.
Yeah.
Where apparently he built a bunch of disruptors and went to like mass Brewlords, but at the wrong time. And then he just got sniped out. And that was game 2. And then
game 3.
I went to sleep, went to game 3. And he goes to cheese.
Yeah. He did what Scarlet did to him in season 1, where he makes a 12 pool, makes some Zerglings, and then pulls all his drones, and then attacks with the Zerglings and makes spines on his opponent's creep.
And Dark holds.
Dark holds, yeah. He actually...
And Dark held in a way where I don't understand how he held. And I don't understand what Rogue was actually doing. Because I felt like Rogue could have actually killed him. And he didn't. Even I'm going, what is Dark doing? Dark big brained it. Like, he's like, you know what? Cool. He hasn't really done any damage to my main. So the main was mining the entire time, really. Like, there wasn't any mining. He stopped mining at the secondary as he's getting poked away. He's able to do enough damage to one of the spines that when they destroyed the hatchery of Dark, the little broodlings came out and destroyed that spine. Then he just said, okay, cool. You didn't kill anything else. He just rushed with all the Zerglings and everything else, and it just wasn't enough because he had been mining his entire time.
He still had his queen. He still had his spawning pool, so he was making he was making Zerglings from the larva at his main.
Yeah, exactly. So he was still doing stuff in the background, and Rogue just didn't really think about it and thought, oh, I got this in the bag, or he just... I don't even want to rant that much because that was... Rogue deserved to lose that one. Rogue deserved to lose it, and honestly, I think Dark should have punched him in the face, saying bitch. Because, like, bro, he tried to disrespect him in the most, like, messed up way, and then he got beat. He got beat trying to disrespect him. Like, I can't deal with that, man. Like...
The disrespect.
It's straight out. It was nothing but disrespect. But anyways, ZVZs, I fucking hate them. And if honestly, like, it doesn't really change my mind what happened, because like I told you when this first happened, is it doesn't change my mind because this would have been a trash set had it not been for Rogue being big headed. If it wasn't for him being really cocky against Dark, it would have been over super quick. 0-2, like not even a fight. And then for round 3 or for game 3, the only thing that made game 3 better was Dark. The way that Dark held, the way that Dark planned everything out, the way that Dark did what Dark did, he deserved that win and he made that game great. That's just, I think those are the facts. So yeah, that was round of 16 pretty much. Armani, Hype, Dark, or Rogue. Yeah, you had it coming. Everybody else, hey, honestly, GG's. I don't really think anybody was really bad in this except for Rogue. Rogue was going to get like just annihilated for this episode. But I liked it. It was fun times.
Oregano.
So then out of all the victories and everything else, we got our round of 8s. And in the round of 8, we had TY versus DRG, Stats versus Innovation, Armani versus Zest, and Maru versus Trap. And these are the results because we've already dealt with this. And also on this side, we also put our burst. And yeah, let's talk about these results. So for TY versus DRG day 1, I had DRG winning. You had DRG winning.
Yeah.
DRG lost.
DRG lost.
And not only did he lose, I think he got smoked.
TY in 3.
Yeah, I think he got smoked. Like, I was surprised at how easy TY made DRG look. because last season that was not the case.
That was not the case.
And this season, like I was shook. I was shook. I was literally shook. I didn't think it was gonna be 3-0 the way you had it for DRG, but to see that reverse, like it was crazy. So he winds up just losing. He was out.
Speaking of reverse, stats versus innovation.
Stats versus innovation. So innovation comes out 2-0, quick, fast 2-0, but stats was not to be denied, and stats wins 3 in a row to take it in 5 games. When everything was going down, I was like, damn it, this is not going to be my pool. I'm gonna get 0 points for this. But no, he pulled it off. He came back with the reverse 3-0, and it kind of played in my, not necessarily in my favor. If he would have came back when he was down 0-1, it would have been better for me. But he kind of saved that pull for me because I did use my match 2 burst on him. So I ended up getting 20 points for him. So I got 20 points for day 1. For day 2, Armani, baby, Armani. He made it to the top 4. So not only was this his first tournament where he made it to the round of 16, it's his first tournament he made it to the round of 8, and the first time ever he made it to the top 4. Now, I guess we'll get that to the second part. Armani beat Zest. I had him going 3-2, and that's how it ended out. I'm not gonna lie, I was a little scared. But
Zest almost got the reverse sweep.
Yeah, so Armani goes up 2-0 on this cat, and I go, okay, cool. He loses game 3. I'm like, oh my gosh. He loses game 4. I'm like, oh my gosh. And then game 5, you called it.
He pulls out the solar build.
So, what map is this on?
I think it's called Pillars of Gold.
Pillars of Gold. Okay, so it's a smaller map, and apparently this map for this specific strategy is kind of really good because of the way it's set up,
especially against Protoss.
Yeah, so the way that this goes, we've talked about this before in the ZVZ matchup. The reason why I don't like ZVZ matchups is because there's no way for a player, for either Zerg player to block each other out. So when a Protoss or a Terran play against Zerg, usually they build a wall with their structures, so Zerg and Zeds don't pop in. It's a makeshift wall. Terrans have the advantage a little bit because they can use supply depots, which are retractable, or even in the case if you want to make a wall with nothing but like barracks or factories or whatever, they're liftable. So like their structures are actually retractable, movable, whatever the case you want to call it, whatever word you want to say. So you can literally build a solid wall and then still have a way out. Protoss don't have that ability. So anything that's in place is in place. Like there's no moving it, there's no like anything. You either have to destroy it to get it out of your way or build it to kind of, because a hologram when it's being forged in or teleported in still give you the collision of that actual building, but then you have to cancel it, and over time it would cost a lot of money to keep doing that over and over and over and over again. So what Protoss tend to do is they'll make a wall and leave a small gap the size of one of their smallest units, whether it be a Zealot, an Adept, a Stalker, a Sentry, whatever the case may be, just to block up that little plug right there. But there's a little function in this game, more particularly with the Harvesters in this game, Harvesters being the probes, the SCVs, the drones, where while they're harvesting, they have no unit collision with each other at all, or with anything really. Like you can still be hit, like the actual unit itself can still be hit, but it will pass through any other solid object that's not a building or that's not mineral. So whatever, another attacking unit, whatever's in front, or will it even? No, it won't go through an actual structure, just through an actual unit. So in this match, game 5, you even said you think he's gonna bring it out. You think he's gonna bring it? Like, nah, he's not gonna bring it out. Protoss builds his wall, puts in Adept there, and he pulls it out. He marches across with, what is it, like 6-7 drones and like six or 8 Zerglings or whatever the case may be. And he literally sends his drones to harvest the mineral patches of his opponents. Since that is the case, what ends up happening is the drones march through the little hole where the Adept is. They stop, surround the Adept, they eat the Adept, and the swarm just goes into the building, and that's how he wins the game. I was hyped. You know I don't care. Round of 4, yeah. I was hyped. Again, Africa TV YouTube page. AFREECA on YouTube. Still not a sponsor. Give us some shirts. Ain't nobody else talking about you guys out here in the States. At least I don't think so.
I don't Maybe Australia. I don't know.
Maybe. But guarantee we're the only father-son podcast talking about them. Oh, what happened?
Oh, man. Right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was hyped. Armani made it to round of 4. I'm super hyped. And then we have Maru versus Trap. I had Maru winning that, but I had him winning it in 5. He winds up winning it in 4. What was your take on that game or that set? Because both me and you both thought it was gonna go to 5, and it ended up being that Maru was just better.
Yeah.
Like,
plain and simple, Maru's just better.
Yeah, I guess that, especially that day. I think that day had a like.
That's how he got his nickname.
I didn't expect Trap to
win.
I mean, I could have seen him win. I didn't expect him to lose the way that he lost. I think he's a better player than what he showed against that game. But again, this is why you play the games, man. Sometimes you're just gonna be bad. What's Maru's thing? The fourth race.
The 4th race.
Jeez, man, he plays so good.
Yeah.
He's just so solid. And with those victories, the way that the points panned out, so you had 34, I had 48. Day one for me gave me 20 points because I got 0 points for DRG, but stats, he was my burst, and I misplayed. Let me see, where am I? Oh, here. No, and I had it right, actually. Did I have it right? No. I missed the point here, the side bit. I didn't, because I should have put 5 points. So it's 25 points. Is it not? Yeah, it's 25 points. My bad. I'll fix it. Jeez, I hate this stupid thing. I don't want to put the date there. I don't know why it does that. It's so stupid.
It should be good. Yeah.
Okay. And so that gives me 25 actually, plus the side bit. So I thought I had him right. I did not have him right. And then I had this here.
Jeez.
I think that's right.
Seems about right.
Whatever.
Ah.
Okay, so I need to give myself 5 points here. Okay, so you're
So
down.
I'm losing by 27.
By 27.
Holy cow.
Yeah. Oops.
There we go.
All right. Cool.
Let's bring the thing back up.
What thing?
The window.
Oh yeah. Okay, so then I got 25 points for stats because he ended up winning, which I guessed right. I thought he was gonna go 3-2. No, sorry, I thought he was gonna go 3-1 and ended up going 3-2. So I get half the points because the selection was correct, but the outcome was not. So it's half of the side bet, which is 5 points. Day 2 was really good for me because I got Armani completely correct, so that gave me 30 points, which was 10 for the pick, 10 for the burst, and then 10 for actually having the right outcome. And then Maru gave me 25 because I picked him correctly, used my burst, that's 20, and then I only got an extra 5 points for him because I had it going to 5 games and he won in 4. So that was my 5 right there. So that was 55. Hold on. Where did I mess up here? Oh, because this is not up to date either. Doesn't matter. It doesn't change anything. It's just not up. I just want to keep it up to date. So then it was 25 and 55 points. That was 80 points that I got for the round of 8. And let's go back. And then for you, you had DRG winning, so we both didn't get no points on DRG. Nope. Stats kind of helped you with that because you had it going 5. It ended up going 4, so you only get half of the. Wait up. No, you had it. What, 3-2?
No, it went 5 because he reverse sweeped.
He did. It did go 5. You're right. So you got those complete points right here. It's right here. Yep. 10. Okay, so then you got 10 for the pick. Your burst was 150, so you got 15 additional points. And you got the 10 for the actual pick, so that was 35 that stats got you that time.
Yeah.
And then for day 2, you got 32 points because you had, let me see, Zest got you 2 points because he winded up winning 2 matches. But then you had Maru. You got him correct. You used your burst on him for the second match, and then you got 5 points for the side bet. So it was 10, 15, and 5, 30 points, 32, 35. That was 37. 37 plus, what was it? Where were you at? Oh, plus all these points. Oh, it doesn't even matter. This is where we're at right now. 128 to 140.
Yeah.
All right. Again, Armani for me is like the top. Like TY. So the biggest surprise for me is that DRG got smoked. TY playing really good.
Yeah.
Stats is playing really good, and that was a good set just in general.
That's gonna be a good.
Armani versus Zest was really good, and I'm again for me round of 8 was made just by basically having Armani. Just make it to top 4. So hyped for this dude. Maru. I think right now Maru is probably my favorite to win. I think so. To be honest, he's showing an edge. I don't know what it is, but he's showing this edge. Now, could there be a scenario where he doesn't quite make it?
He's the second coming of Flash, essentially.
I don't know. I'm not going to pick him, spoiler alert, but I think he's going to win. Yeah, so for you, what was your biggest, I guess, surprise, or what was your biggest hype moment? Because for me, it's going to be Armani until he loses.
For me, it's probably stats, reverse sweeping, innovation.
That was pretty crazy. I thought innovation at that point was pretty much in the driver's seat. Maybe stats would probably lose one game, or he would win one game, and then but I didn't see him coming back 3-0 or reverse 3-0. That was crazy. But innovation is that type of player, though. I think this is one of the times where he had that, because I remember during one of the grand finals during I think 2014, 2015 against Life.
Who?
Innovation. It was Life or
Grand finals?
It was grand finals of a GSL.
Oh.
He was up 3-0, and then he got reversed 4-0'd.
Knowing that, it was probably a Zerg.
It was a Zerg. It might have been either
J-Lo.
Life or Cure. I don't think it was a big name. I want to say it was either Life or Cure. But either way, he got reversed, and it's just one of those things with him. I don't know why it is like that. It's kind of weird. He'll be really, really solid, and you think he's unbeatable, or then something like this happens and he just loses. But yeah, that was kind of surprising for me. For day 2 and those matches, what's your biggest takeaway?
Armani's one to watch for the future. Yeah,
I think this was his coming out party. I know there's going to be times where, we've seen it with all the champions where he probably doesn't make it to the round of 16, or he'll make it to round 16 and make it to the round of 8. But I think from this point forward, we will start seeing him a little bit more consistently, and I think bare minimum he should always be at least favored to get into the round of 16.
Yeah.
Unless he gets into a pool of death,
like a Tim.
Let's just say this pool that we have for top 4. Let's imagine that's an actual pool, that's an actual group.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. I'm sorry, you're not getting out of that. If you get out of that, you're godlike. If you get out of that, you're godlike.
Oh yeah.
TY Stats and Maru, bro. If you get out of that pool at around a 24, even around a 16, you're godlike. That's a pool of death. Dude. That's a pool of flaming death right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm happy for money, and then Maru.
Maru.
Maru's Maru. Yeah, I mean, fuck it. Maru's Maru. Like, that's all we can say. And then I guess we'll start this, and I'll update those little drop downs to reflect the best of 7 scenario. Okay. But we can make our picks here.
All right. Let's do it.
So we have TY stats, Armani, Maru.
You go first.
I go first. TY versus stats. I'm going to have to say TY.
Really?
There's nothing that tells me that stats can beat this guy. Stats.
It happened last season.
Stats is very, very solid. But last season was last season. And stats, I mean, TY didn't really have good showings last season. This season, I mean, something can change. Granted, things can change. But I didn't think TY looked that strong last season. This season, he's playing differently. Dude, he 3-0'd DRG. Yeah. And, like, that's not a match that he likes. And then going from last season where he played DRG beat him pretty soundly.
Yeah.
And he came back and learned from that and came back and beat him. So
here's the thing though. Here's the thing. Season 2 during the group selection, he swapped out DRG for the sole reason that he didn't want to play a Protoss because he knows he hates Protoss matchups.
Do you think innovation is better than TY?
As of now,
that's the last Terran that Stats played, and innovation almost had him. If it wasn't for whatever it is that happened, like innovation wins that.
No, I don't think
if TY goes up 2-0 or 3-0, he's not getting reversed.
No,
he's not.
He's not.
I don't know. I have to say TY. I do not see. I mean, there is a scenario where I think he can if TY overthinks his matchup, because I know he hates his matchup. If he overthinks it, I think he'll lose. But I have him winning 3-1.
3-1? All right.
Yeah, I have him winning 3-1. I think he can take that series 3-1.
Well, actually, it's best of 7s.
Oh. Shoot. Okay, so he's going to have to win 4.
4-1. Okay.
No. It's going to change a little bit. I'm gonna give. Shit.
2 games. 2 games to stats.
Yeah, I'm gonna give TY. I'm gonna say TY wins 4-2 then. If it's best of 7, I think stats can win 2 games. Because there's gonna be a scenario where like games are gonna be drawn out, and I don't expect TY to cheese or be super aggro like every single game. But I think in the games where he does do some good harassment, and he's really good at harassing, I think he can defeat stats around mid-game most games when he plays the way that he could play. But there's going to be a couple games where he tries to play basic. He tries to go on a smaller map, whatever the case may be, try something. And if that's the case, stats is heavily favored. So I think that's going to be kind of what happens there, but I still think TY comes out ahead. Armani versus Maru. Like I said, I don't think that Armani can beat Maru, but you know what, man? I want to see this dude in the finals. So I'm gonna root for him. I don't care. I really don't care.
You really don't care?
I don't care.
You
like I'm. It's not even like the points I'm so far ahead. It's just I gotta root for my boy, man. Like
You know what? Me too. Armani 4-3.
I want to see this dude in the finals.
Yeah.
And if he makes it to the finals, yes, I'm gonna ride that train, and I'm gonna.
He might win.
I'm gonna see if I can bet on Starcraft and
put
some money on Armani.
Maru's better than TY. I'm saying it right now. Maru's better than TY. Because if you can beat the literal 4th race, you can beat anybody.
Man, that's a hard one for me to kind of. I think what Maru is, Maru is just very difficult because like Maru doesn't have a style, and I think that's the part. Is like Maru can do anything at any given time, no matter what. I think TY. I don't think TY necessarily is shapeless. Like he has plans. Like he has a plan that he's going to harass you in the beginning. That's just always what he does. He never doesn't harass. But the way that he harasses you changes, and if you're able to defend that, then you're in a better situation with TY. But TY wins by putting you behind early.
Yeah.
Maru just steamrolls you. It's like, oh, you're up on supply, you're up in this. I don't care. And then he just steamrolls you, and it works. Like most of the time, like it works. And when it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Like he gets punched, and then he doesn't get up. But this whole season, he's been like that. He just, oh, Maru this, and like, oh, look what Maru's doing. Oh, look, Maru shouldn't be taking this fight. Oh my God, Maru's killing everything, and Maru wins. And I think Maru is a more difficult opponent for more people, but I don't think he's better than TY, as strange as that sounds. I think TY just fundamentally has more knowledge of the game just because he does commentate all the time. Like just that level of attention that he has, or that level of knowledge that he has in his head, just I think just makes him very, very dangerous, like at any given time. Because at this point, he's almost kind of like he has like a Belichick mindset. Like you have so much knowledge in your head that you can really just pick out something and just beat on your opponent's like weaknesses. And that's what I think makes him, to me, like the best, because he can do that. When he doesn't execute it, and he loses. But in terms of the person that I would be more scared of would be TY, just because you just never know with him. With Maru, you know his plan. He wants to bully you all the time. He's gonna destroy. He's gonna widow mind drop you. He's gonna Hellion rush you. He's gonna do something to just aggravate the hell out of you.
Yeah. Another reason I see Armani beating Maru is because I feel like Maru's gonna get, I don't know why and I don't know how, but I feel like Maru's gonna get big-headed. Like he's gonna see Armani as like, oh, this is who's facing me, and then he's just gonna get creamed because he's gonna go like.
But I think that mindset kills you in a 2 of 3. But when it's a 4 of 7, though, you have so much time to just shake that off. Because even if Armani is up 3-0. I'd still be scared that Maru comes back 4-0. Yeah. I'd still be scared. And that's the thing. Like, if it's best of 5 with that kind of, like, big head, maybe. Best of 7, you can kind of get away with it. And Maru is just that good. Like, bro, we could be playing best of, like, 100, and you can give me, like, a 40-game lead. I'm like, man, I'm about to lose, like, 51 times in a row. Like, this is just fucking kill me. Like, I'm not going to take no games off this guy. Even if I cheese, I'm not going to take no games off this guy. And that's just kind of one of those weird things. Anyway, so we both got Armani coming out 4-3.
Yeah.
Who do you got between TY and Stats?
So, I was debating this very heavily because I didn't want to ruin my chances of winning. But then, coming on this podcast, I would just say, screw it. Stats in 4.
In 4?
Yeah.
Damn. Hey, TY, he said you suck. I didn't say that. You don't have to send him a shirt. You can send me a shirt. You can autograph a TY shirt. That's fine. Can you give me a little esports jersey that's autographed by TY? I'll rock that shit. I don't play Terran, but I'll rock it. Hey, Armani, same with you. Hey, I'll take an Armani autograph, esports. I'm a extra large in Asian cuts. They make them a little bit smaller. Yeah. So I'm an extra large in Asian cuts. Damn, 4-0. That's crazy. But if it's like last year's playoffs, I can see it happening.
Yeah?
Last year's playoffs were terrible. Even the grand finals was ass. It was ass. Anyways.
It was like 2-3-1. You were tired, and you could tell that it was terrible.
It was ass.
Yeah.
It was ass. Okay, so since I'm in the lead, I guess let's go with our picks and let's go forward. Let's see, what am I up by? 27. Okay, so I'll keep my 100%. And you want to double that and see where you go?
Yeah, sure. 200.
All right. So then it's all one game, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so then it's just gonna be. So it's 2 matches, 1 day. So day 1 will be TY and Stats and Armani versus and Maru, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, sorry. Or is those 2 days?
It's 2 days. Yeah, because they're both best of 7s.
Okay. So what happens if I do this?
Nice.
No, because it overtook yours.
Not nice.
Not nice. Insert row. That's not what I wanted to do. Because it said delete row.
Insert row.
Insert row. Insert row. And then it says all 1 day, right? Oh, no, there's 2 days. But only 1 pick. So we have that. We have that. Okay, and Dean. So these are the side bets that we got going. Oh crap! Why does it do that? It adds it here too. Ah, fuck it. I'll fix it later.
All right.
So we'll just make our picks here, and just so we can have everything listed. So who do you want to use your burst on? It's 2 different days. You can go first this time.
All right. The burst applies only if the person wins, right?
Yes.
Okay. Stats. I don't have that much confidence in Armani to use his burst on him.
You can use it on both.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, that's what we did the last time.
Oh, yeah, then let's do that. Use it on both.
Okay, so you have Stats and Armani.
Armani, yeah.
And then I got TY and Armani. And then our side bits are... Like what?
Food.
I think you're just hungry. We're doing a podcast. That's unprofessional of you.
I'm sorry.
All right, cool. And then these are the side bits. I'll fix the presentation of this thing later.
Okay.
Indeed. Yeah, how come that one looks like that and I couldn't? Oh, I remember what I did. I added it to the bottom. That's why this looks all fat right here. Okay, I'll do that later. Okay, so this is what we got then. We have... Okay, we have you picking... well, we have me picking TY and Armani. You have Stats and Armani. We both go for Armani. Go Armani! We have our burst set. You have 200. I have it at 100. We have the side bets. I gotta fix that. I think that's it.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to Armani.
Me too. He might get smoked, but I feel like he'll put up a good fight.
I hope he wins.
Holy cow! It's almost been an hour.
Yeah, well, I mean that's what happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I think that's it for GSL talk.
Yeah.
I guess let's go to real sportsball talk. Niners have did they win twice already, back to back?
No.
No, they lost against the Dolphins and they won against the Rams, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so they're 3-3.
Yeah. That was a big win for them.
Yeah, the Rams, that was in conference, in division. That was a big, huge win for them. So I'm happy. Yeah, I don't really got much to say. It was good to see them kind of play good football, because I felt against the Dolphins they just didn't really play well, and against the Eagles they didn't really play well. And I get it. This goes beyond injuries. Like, they just did not play well. Like, they weren't playing solid enough, I don't think. And then against the Rams, from the highlights that we saw, it looked like they played a lot better. We missed again because we're family. But I'm happy they're 3-3. Then baseball started. Game 1 was today, the World Series. The Dodgers are there for the third time in 4 years. And out of all the times that they have a chance to win, I think this is the best chance that they got. Yeah. Tampa Bay Rays are a talented team, but they're young. There's very no money there, and there's really no playoff experience there. So this might be, if the Dodgers lose, they're cursed. There's not a tradition of Tampa Bay being ready for playoff games. A lot of those guys have never been in this type of pressure situation whatsoever. And a huge chunk of the Dodgers roster have already been here. A lot of them have been here 3 times already. I hope they win. They won today 8-3. Kershaw got a win. You know, he didn't cough it up sometimes. And, you know, sometimes I get very, very judgmental, I guess, on Clayton Kershaw. And it's not that he's a bad player, because even in the playoff games that he loses, it's just the way that he plays. He plays so solidly. But even during the regular season, he still gives up home runs. He'll give up a random-ass homer, like in the 6th or 7th inning, and then it winds up being the thing. And if the bats are not alive, they tend to lose, or, you know, whatever the case may be. But in the playoffs, since the games are usually tighter, you make a mistake like that, it looks like you choke. But that's just kind of how he plays. So game 1, they won. They're up 1-0, best of 7 series. They're playing in Texas right now, because that is the bubble, or at least that is the bubble for the playoffs of baseball. So go Dodgers.
Go Dodgers.
Hope they win. And I guess that's all for the sports ball talk. Go Niners, go Dodgers. Hope you guys win. Go Armani! And that game is Friday?
Yeah. Let's talk some NFL surprises, actually.
Okay, the one.
Start off, Raiders coming out beating the Chiefs.
Yeah. We did see the highlights of that game, and that was crazy. But I mean, it's not too surprising, but it kind of is, because it is in division. Like, for them, they're both part of the AFC West, and I don't know. I mean, you know, they got Coach Gruden. He's doing what he needs to do, and I guess this being his 2nd or 3rd year, he's finally finding the pieces that he wants to work with, and it seems to be paying off pretty well. Because, I mean, when you beat the Chiefs, that's no easy task, man. Like, to me right now, Mahomes,
best quarterback in the league.
Nah. You know what? Honestly, I'm gonna. These are my top 3 right now. Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, and then Mahomes.
Mahomes is number 3.
Mahomes is number 3 to me for the only reason is that he's young. He's very, very talented. He's very, very good. But there isn't, and I have no doubts that he could achieve long-term success throughout his career in the NFL, barring any type of serious injury. But he hasn't done it for his whole career. You know, Russell Wilson has a career behind it. Aaron Rodgers is so good that even with the messed up parts that they gave him in Green Bay, that team is consistently considered a playoff team. Consistently. And very, very rarely do I ever say that one player is important to the team. Ever, really. Especially in football. But without Aaron Rodgers, that team sucks. That team is the lowest ranking team in the NFC North. They'll probably be bottom 10 in all of the NFL if not for Aaron Rodgers. But Aaron Rodgers is that good where I think his play just lifts up that whole team. Everybody plays for Aaron Rodgers and Aaron Rodgers plays for everybody else, and that's just a team that plays for each other. But if it wasn't for Aaron Rodgers, I don't think that type of scenario works out. I just think he's that important to that team. Because I mean, they went 13-3, 14-2 last season before they lost to the Niners. The Niners smoked them, but the reason why they got smoked is because they're just a better team. They were just a better built team. Yeah. But Rodgers is Rodgers, dude. No lead is ever safe, no matter what the team is, even with no time left. And if he has a chance to throw a touchdown, it's up in the air, man. It's either gonna happen or it's not. But there's a chance that it could happen, and with Aaron Rodgers, it's a higher chance that it could happen. Russell Westbrook is just so undervalued and so underrated by the media. I don't know what else they want from a quarterback. To me, in the last 5 years probably, there hasn't been a better quarterback than Russell Wilson.
And it's certainly not Lamar Jackson.
No, I mean, Lamar Jackson is good, don't get me wrong, but he has the same thing that Mahomes had. They're young, they're talented, but they're new, they're fresh.
Yeah.
What's going to happen year 5, year 6, year 7, year 10 like these guys have had? I think Wilson is on his 7th or 8th year, and if he's had success for pretty much his whole career.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers has been around for like 15 years or something like that, and he's had success. I mean, he only has one ring, which is the unfortunate part. But, I mean, he's had majority success. Even if it wasn't with the team for the season, he's been very, very successful. Like, he's just that good of a quarterback. But, yeah, Russell Wilson, to me, has just been undervalued, underappreciated by the NFL media, by the media, and people outside of Seattle in general. Like, for me, myself, like, I would love to have him in the Niners jersey if possible. You know, like, I would take him over Jimmy G, and I like Jimmy G. Like, I don't have a problem with Jimmy G, but he's not Russell Wilson. He's not Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson is legit. And Mahomes already having a ring and being, 22, 23. I don't see Kansas City not ever building around Patrick Mahomes the way that Green Bay defies the logic to build around Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers has never really had a all-star team around him. I don't see a scenario in which Kansas City will actually follow suit. They already proven that by extending Patrick Mahomes to, I think, like the biggest contract ever. And I don't think Aaron Rodgers was ever the highest paid quarterback in the league. Not ever. Not ever was he ever the highest paid quarterback. He's still not the highest paid quarterback. And yet the team refuses to put a team around him. Like, they drafted a quarterback in the first round this year. Like, I don't know who Jordan Love is. Like, I don't know him. I don't want to disrespect him. I didn't hear of him coming up. He wasn't like a Tua. He wasn't a Burrows. He wasn't any of these guys. He was just some guy that he had a lot of upside. There was no reason to spend a first round pick on him. Again,
and they traded up.
Yeah, and they traded up. Like, that's not a person you trade up for. If you want to trade up for Tua, I understand. You try to get your future. You know that Aaron Rodgers at most probably has 3 or 4 years in him. 2 before father time starts kicking in just a little bit. But, like, you're going to get 3 or 4 years out of him. If you want to do some sort of, like, Brett Favre scenario where you have this guy that's, like, mature, he's there to mentor, he can help somebody like Tua kind of come up, you do that. I could be wrong. And maybe in 4 or 5 years or maybe even sooner, we see Jordan Love being, like, this big-time quarterback, but maybe we don't. And I'm just saying, like, you have Aaron Rodgers now. It's not going to last forever. You put the team that you need for him to win right now, and you enjoy that right now. If I have Aaron Rodgers on my roster and I plan to have him there in the near future, I'm not even looking for a replacement at his position in the near future. Period. I'm not. But he keeps winning. But I mean, they lost this past weekend, right? To
the Bucks.
To the Bucks, and that's the thing is, like, the Bucks have a solid team, and they played against a solid team, and that's the problem is they're very good in division. They're very good at picking off the low end people in other divisions. Like, this year might be the year they could actually beat the Niners if they played them. You know, they could beat, they can beat, like, all the other teams. They can beat a Carolina Panthers. They can beat a Falcons. They can beat those teams. But when you start talking about the top of each division throughout the NFL, I don't think they can beat those teams. I don't see them beating a Seahawks. I don't see them beating. Well, they didn't beat the Buccaneers. I don't see them beating the Bills team. I don't see them beating the Patriots team. I don't see them beating the Titans. I don't see them beating Kansas City. Like, I don't see him beating any teams that they will face in the playoffs and possibly Super Bowl. I don't see them beating those teams. Why? Because they refuse to put a winning team around Aaron Rodgers. They win because of Aaron Rodgers. Not because they made a team. They win because Aaron Rodgers is just that fucking good.
Speaking of serious injuries,
Dak Prescott. I know we Niners fans up in this podcast, man, but I wish you nothing but a speedy recovery, brother. Yeah. Man, this is our favorite sport in terms of, like, real sports ball. You know, like, football is, like, our favorite sport. We watched and we heard about your injury, and, you know, we saw it on the replays, man. That's just a horrific injury, man. And with everything going on, money-wise, contract-wise, and everything else, man, look, man, I wish nothing but a speedy recovery. I hope you get paid, and man, nothing but well wishes and everything else, man. Like, Dak Prescott, you know what I'm saying, from a Niners fan to you, man, a Cowboy, I guess, our supposed most hated enemies. I don't really drive into that shit. I don't really care. It's just how it goes.
Why?
You know how it goes, man. People become, tribal when it comes to like their teams. Oh, you go for this team, you suck. Whatever. I don't care. I respect everybody who's willing to put their lives on the lines, literally their lives on the lines for my entertainment, because I do enjoy watching the NFL. But I do understand this is a very, very violent sport. Dak Prescott, man, you're a reminder of the price that can be paid by every NFL player just for our entertainment. And I wish you nothing but the best, nothing but the speedy recovery. And when you come back, man, I want you at 120%. You show these people why you're worth the money that you were asking for.
Yeah.
And
I actually heard a rumor. It's a little fuzzy, but I think what it said was that, there's a rumor going around that Dak Prescott could be traded for Sam Darnold.
Whatever. Any other NFL stuff you want to talk about?
Joe Burrow.
Okay.
And that.
And that terrible thing they call an O-line in Cincinnati?
Yep.
I mean, the dude's been sacked like 30-something times already?
Close, 29 in 6 weeks. Only because of that one sack game they had against whatever team they beat. I think it was the Triangles.
Former Washington Redskins. Now they're just the Washington football team. We call them the Triangles because what their logos look like to us. 2 upside down triangles. Stupid logo.
It got worse. It somehow got worse.
Now it looks like a Bitcoin. Like the logo they put on TV looks like a damn bit. Like it looks like a cryptocurrency. You want to buy Washington coin? Like stupid logo. Anyways,
yeah. Apparently he got hit so hard this week's game, it aggravated his rib injury.
Damn.
Yeah. He got hit, and then he was just down clutching his ribs.
Yeah, that's what happens when you get hit. And it reminds me a lot of what happened to
Andrew Luck. Please protect this kid, Cincinnati.
Look, Cincinnati, trade everybody away. Like, you know what you want in Joe Burrow. You want a quarterback that's going to be there for the next 10 to 15 years. That's a given. That's a given why you drafted this kid. Keep his best receiver, his best tight end, and his best running back. Invest whatever you have to. Trade everybody else. If they're second in the depth charts and they're really good, trade them for a lineman. If you have a second running back that's fairly decent, trade them for a lineman. Like, your whole purpose right now should be finding an O-line that can protect this cat from getting hit the way that he's been getting hit. Because it's not going to last 10 or 15 years if he keeps getting hit. It's going to last maybe 10 to 15 months if he keeps getting hit like this. And I just hate to see this every single time. You have these teams, these millionaire teams that want to be stingy with their money, that don't want to invest because supposedly they can't afford it. You guys get tax incentives for building stadiums in cities. You guys don't pay anything out of your pocket. The only one that I know that got paid out of pocket was SoFi Stadium out here in SoCal because this dude has bank. Other than that, everybody, you get tax money from the city, you get tax cuts from the city, you get tax everything from the city, and very, very, not even usually do you guys even put 10% of what the stadium actually costs. That all goes to the taxpayers of that state and that city. So if you're going to already get free money, how about you put a winning product and protect the stuff that's on the field, protect your team that's on the field, protect this young talent that you are putting so much money on. Stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid not to do that.
And don't run any stupid plays where your whole O-line abandons your quarterback. The Colts actually ran that play when they still had Andrew Luck on the team.
Did they?
Yeah. The whole O-line except for the snapper just went to the right side of the field. Yeah, that one is a dumb play. It's a stupid play, but it's some sort of weird trick play that got popular. I don't know why it got popular, but it did. I don't know. There's something to it. I've only seen it ever run for success one time because people were confused, like, what the hell is going on? And it got snapped and they ran. And then people realized, like, why the hell did we just stand and let this dude run on us? There was nobody there to stop us. So then now when people see that, they just get, like, I think I've seen it run like 3 more times since. And then the quarterback always gets hit because they realize, well, let's just go. Why are we going to let this guy just run? Yeah.
But the first time that it got run and it got played, it was like, And the guy's just running like nothing, and they're like, "What? Just they had to tackle him." And yeah.
And you have a newfound love for Ryan Fitzpatrick.
I do. I am a very old man. I'm not old. I'm about Ryan Fitzpatrick's age. But it's just that he's had a more eventful life in the NFL than I have, because I've had 0 days in uniform and he's had a career in uniform. But we pick up them sticks, Ryan Fitzpatrick. I'll whoop your ass in some Dragon Ball, some Street Fighter. But yeah, no, like, so he's a quarterback for the Miami Dolphins, and they drafted Tua this past offseason, and I'm not sure what led to it because we didn't watch the game. But they set down Fitzpatrick, and then they brought in Tua. And he had some good plays and some good runs. And I think he even scored the game-winning touchdown for them on the last drive, I believe, if I saw the highlight correct. But, like, they were showing how, like, Fitzpatrick was, like, mentoring him and talking and going through the stuff. And to me, that's always great, man. Like, I understand that some people just have this great big ego. Brett Favre had that kind of ego. I heard Joe Montana might have had that kind of ego against Steve Young. And, like, I kind of get it. What's his face? Michael Jordan is known to just be that type of guy. Just he doesn't do stuff like that. And I get it. Those guys are once-in-a-lifetime players. And the thing that I always run in with them is, like, when you see, like, an alien movie, and when, you know, people ask the scientists, like, why don't the aliens try to explain themselves to us? And then, you know, the scientist always comes up with some sort of, like, smart alecky response. Then one of the ones that's been common is, have you ever explained yourself to an ant? And that's kind of how I always see, like, these guys with big egos, like a Jordan and all these other cats that have that type of allure. Like, they look at everybody like ants because they're so high up there in the chain that's how they see everybody else. But no, seeing Ryan Fitzpatrick on the edge, I was like, you know what, cool. If the Dolphins have a good season, that moment right there for me was enough. I was like, all right, cool, you deserved it. You guys are playing for each other. And I just like to see that because it's a team sport, and that's the one thing that always bugged me about like a lot of the team sports and a lot of the way that contracts and media is like portrays like what needs to happen for these teams. Like, there's always like, oh, well, if they can go get this high-priced free agent, or they can make a bidding for this guy, this team is going to be winning. Like I said, one player usually, exception like Aaron Rodgers, but one player usually doesn't make that big of a difference for the team. You need to have a team there. And, like, Miami right now is showing with the new coaching staff that they have, with the new stuff that's been set up there, that they finally have a team. Like, they have a team. And seeing Fitzpatrick, like, mentor and coach up, like, Tua, and be happy for him while during his successes. I love stuff like that. Like, I love seeing that. Like, I love seeing happy. I love seeing progress. I love seeing just you taking care of the next generation. And it's not even for the Dolphins. It's like he's literally teaching this guy things that he can use throughout his NFL career to make him a better player, to make Tua a better player. And maybe, who knows, maybe we see Fitzpatrick as like a quarterback's coach later on in life, and maybe one day we'll see him as an offensive coordinator or whatever the case may be. But, you know, he could have a future in coaching if that's the case. But I just like seeing the type of just mentorship and just the sharing of knowledge that obviously he's going to have over 13-14 years of him playing NFL versus somebody who's never really played the game before. So yeah, I like seeing stuff like that. It's very heartwarming, and it's very heartwarming in a sport that's presented in a way where everybody is so greedy and looking out for themselves and looking out for the big contracts and everything else. Like, there's always talks about that. Like, you know, like when Nick Bosa comes, like, next year, the year after, when his, you know, contract is going to come up, that's all anybody's really going to talk about. Oh, Nick Bosa is going to be a free agent, and they need to do this, they need to do that, or they need to trade him. And it's always like this money game with them. And just seeing something like that, it's very wholesome. And anything that's not really a wholesome product per se. It's just wholesome to see that. Yeah.
That's about it.
That's it for Sportsball talk?
Yeah.
All right, so we gone through the GSL. Armani! Africa TV, so not a sponsor. And if you guys want to add anything to it, if you guys want to ask us questions or anything else, please email us at moebanterpodcast@gmail.com. That's MOEPODCAST.
No.
I missed the banter part again, huh?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Mo Banter Podcast. MOEBANTERPODCAST@gmail.com. That's Mo Banter Podcast. MOEBANTERPODCAST. again, gaming. You see, we talk about the Sportsball. We talk about the esports. When it comes to esports, I'm more into fighting games. I think the only one we watch together is Starcraft. Yeah, you know, there's League of Legends that we don't really watch. I watch a few of them here and there. But you know, we do have varying degrees of interest. I'm more like sports, action, pretty much anything else. And then you have been liking Wipeout. You've been playing Rocket League lately.
Oh yeah,
we watch Starcraft. You still play Heroes here and there. You play Starcraft here and there. I mean, we're very interested in video games. So if you just kind of want our opinion on certain products or whatever the case may be, or if we heard about this, you want a discussion point, by all means, email us. Same thing with any sports balls talk. Hockey is probably our weakest sport. I don't follow hockey too much, but I know a little bit more about that sport. Baseball only during the playoffs, because it's too long of a damn season. We love the football. We watch the highlights of most games. We talk about it even in our free time. We talk about that. Basketball, I'm stronger in basketball. But again, write your questions and one of us will answer, hopefully, music or whatever the case may be. Or if you're interested in doing what I got going here, again, from my friend Brissia Jiménez, aka B Doodles, and her product Lil'zzz. If you want to hit me up, I can put your stuff in the back while we talk. And then, like I said, Lil'zzz, this is the Redbubble project. You got all these little things here, all these little products. Look, we got the Lil'zzz. This is the Lil'zzz store. There we go. Look, pillows, camisas, playeras, all this stuff here. So again, if this is something you're interested in having in our background while we speak, you're welcome to do this. It's not just, if it's community based and you got something like this, it's free. If it's commercial based, if you want like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, whatever the case may be, we can talk price. If it's Africa TV, give us some esports jersey, bro. We put you on here while we talk about GSL, and we spend a whole hour talking about GSL. We can have all your stuff in the back. I'm just saying. I think a couple esports jerseys, and I don't know what else you can throw in there, but I think it's worth it. I don't know, maybe. You know what I'm saying? You guys can throw people our way. Just saying. Okay. So we talked sports ball. We talked everything else. Now we got to get to what I'm going to call the Stabby Chicken tier list. Where are we at on this podcast?
Like an hour and a half.
Hour 15. That's not too bad.
Oh, that's not bad.
All right. So the idea for this is we're going to make a tier list. Tier list, for anybody who does not know, basically what it sounds like. It's a tier list. Where do you rate the products that you like in the products that, that I guess in the order of your enjoyment of said product. So we are very fond of chicken sandwiches. Yeah. I don't know how this became a thing because we love burgers. We love steak. Like this is a red meat eating family for the most part. But damn, we eat a lot of chicken. And we eat a lot of chicken. Well, I mean, I guess the ones that we can find that we feel are going to be good. So the idea here is that we created this tier list from S to D, S being the toppest of top tiers, A, B, C, D being the lowest. The 10 sandwiches that we have gone, some of them are behind my big-ass dome right here. Okay, let me see. Right there. Hold on. Let me bring the mic this way. Bam. Right there. Okay. So we have the Burger King chicken sandwich here, which is the OG one. Yeah. This is the Bruxy waffle chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
This is the Carl's Jr. Jalapeno spicy chicken sandwich, which is found in their $6 combo box. You've had a bite of it.
Oh, yeah.
I've eaten it.
You have eaten. I remember.
Yeah. So that's that chicken sandwich. This one, I don't think you've had it before, but I have. This is the Chick-fil-A chicken biscuit sandwich.
I've had a chicken biscuit sandwich. I've had a McChicken biscuit. That's about as close as I can get.
Yeah, but this is the Chick-fil-A one.
Yeah, it's...
I'll rate this one here. This one here is the Howlin Rays chicken sandwich, and we have a story to go with this one.
Yes, we do.
Let me see. This one here is the Jack in the Box basic chicken sandwich. This is the Jack Spicy chicken sandwich. This one here is the McChicken.
That's McChicken?
That's the McChicken.
Oh.
Yeah, this is the Burger King one. This is the McChicken.
Yeah, McChicken buns don't have sesame seeds. That's what was throwing me off.
Yeah, I don't know why that's the case then. Maybe it was an old... Maybe I got the wrong picture. But anyways, this is the McChicken.
Yeah.
I think somebody photoshopped the
sesame seeds.
the Big Mac sesame bun on there. Because that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
This is the Popeyes chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
This is the Stabby chicken sandwich. And this is the Raising Cane's chicken sandwich. Yeah. So that is ours. So you're going to see I'm on the list anyways. I'll move my big head out of the way in a little bit. Actually, you know what? If we're gonna do this, because I know for the podcast itself, and I really don't like doing visual stuff for the podcast, so that's why I'm gonna try to be as
descriptive
as possible. If I do this, does it work? Yeah. Okay, and you're gonna see this in the corner because that's the way we monitor stuff. If you're on the YouTube channel, I just made myself disappear. On the podcast, doesn't really matter. Magic. Okay, so let's start off. I guess we'll go in order. On the way that it's listed here. Do you want to go from left to right or from right to left?
Left to right.
Left to right. So we're going to start off with the Burger King chicken sandwich.
Yes.
Now, for me, oh, damn it.
It happens every time you click on the window.
Yeah. So for me, this is probably the one that I'm the most familiar with.
Yeah.
Because I didn't really eat a lot of McChickens growing up. I ate like Whoppers and Big Macs and like Big
Jumbo
and Tasties, Jumbo Jacks. Like, you know, I was more into burgers. But when we hit hard times, but Grandma still needed to feed us because, you know, she was legally responsible for our well-ship. These chicken sandwiches are actually pretty cheap. You can get them like 2 for $4. I think at the time they were like 2 for $3. So for $3, you would get 2 chicken sandwiches, get some small fries, and then we would drink what's at the house. It was a cheap meal.
Now they got the 2 for $5 or 2 for $6 going on.
Yeah, so that was a cheap meal. So I'm very, very familiar with this. For me personally, that this is a B tier sandwich. It's not great, but it's also not bad. Like, it's a pretty good size. The seasoning is all right for the most part. The skin tends to be kind of crispy. The bread is probably like the weakest part of the whole scenario. And also the lettuce. The lettuce could be hit or miss. It could either be like crunchy and dry or like soggy and moist. And when it's like that, it's kind of gross. But just in general, for the most part, I'm getting an okay kind of experience with that sandwich. You had it. What's your take on the Burger King? And this is the long one. This is like the long one. I know there's a couple other ones. This is the longer one that you get, like the 2 for $5 or 2 for $6 mix and match deal now. It might be cheaper. I think it's like 2 for $5.
I think it's like 2 for $5.
And that's with fries. If you go on the app, again, Burger King not a sponsor. Yeah. If you go on the Burger King app, it's pretty cheap. I think you get like 2 fries and 2 things for like $4 or $5.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay.
Like the deals.
Yeah.
But anyways, Burger King, you're not a sponsor, but hey, if you want to hook it up, we're giving you guys free. Any one of you guys here that whose chicken sandwich we're talking about, if you want to get some gift cards and some shirts to your restaurants, hey, we'll talk about your chicken sandwich we'll eat them while making a podcast. It'd be the nastiest thing to hear. Cause I hear, this chicken sounds good. And so what about Armani winning Code S? But yeah, okay. So for me, Burger King is
B tier.
Is B tier.
Oh my
Where
gosh.
do you rank it?
Oh man. Here's the thing. I eat my chicken sandwiches plain, so the lettuce and the mayo not really a factor, and I don't really have those problems with the bread. It's always like nice and fluffy, and Burger King, of like the 4 like big fast food like McDonald's, Jack, Carl's Jr., things like that, I feel like they do chicken the best. Chicken sandwiches.
Wow.
The chicken fries, the chicken nuggets.
I'm gonna disagree with you, but
who do you think does chicken best
out of the fast food joints?
Yeah, not a Popeyes, not a.
I think Jack in the Box does.
Jack.
Because I eat their Jack spicy chicken mostly.
Oh yeah.
And that shit is godlike.
Yeah, it is pretty good.
I like that one.
Yeah, but for me, the Burger King original chicken sandwich is A tier.
A tier. So we have an A and a B. Damn, I think we probably should have put like a different one in here. Huh.
Oh gosh.
Did we split the difference? Let's just go A tier. We'll give it the highest rating that we have. So whatever the highest rating is between the two of us, but you guys can make your decision based on whatever we have. But whatever the highest rating, that's what we're gonna rate them. Because there's no in between. Fuck it. They got granted A tier. So the long chicken sandwich from BK is A tier. The Bruxy chicken sandwich.
Oh gosh.
We had it like once or twice.
Yeah.
So with this one, I don't know where they go out, but I know here in SoCal there are a lot in Orange County, Chapman College, Irvine. You can find them around Fullerton. They tend to be around college towns for the most part. There's a college nearby. Most likely you could find a Bruxy nearby. for the most part in Orange County. You can find one by CSUF. You can find one by Chapman. You can find one by, I believe, UCI over in Irvine. So we had it once or twice. We got it on a deal because they would have like the Tuesday specials or whatever day special they would have. I think it's okay. It's not bad.
It's not special.
But yeah, that's kind of the thing with me is like it's pretty pricey for what you get because I think like it's okay. Yeah. And price does play a big point because if you're asking me to pay for something more than I would regularly, I'm expecting an experience that's better than what I would get for it. And I don't necessarily get that with Bruxy. But it's not a bad experience. It's just not one that I think...
It's not worth it.
Yeah, like I wouldn't... Like if it wasn't for the deal... Like the deal on the deal price, not bad.
Yeah.
Non-deal price, which is like $9 or $10, I think even $11 for that. Like I'm not paying that. Like I'm just not paying it. There's better options for me. But seeing as we do get it on there is a chance for you to get it on the cheap. And it is all fresh. Like the waffle is fresh. The sauces are fresh. I think even the chicken is cooked fresh and made fresh. I'm going to give it B tier.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. That's about right.
B tier?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
It's what you said in those little bits of like, I don't know what they are in the waffle. Yeah.
All right, cool.
So next is the Carl's Jr.
Jalapeno chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep this short and sweet. I'm going to make this C tier.
All right. I don't have an opinion.
There's nothing bad about it. The flavors are pretty good. I recall the chicken not being so great. But the one thing that it has going for me is I could see myself if I was a little bit drunk or tipsy and I wanted a chicken sandwich with some spice. This motherfucker would be up there because that $6 box with the cookie and the other burger and this and some fries. Like, dude, I would fuck this up. But it's going to be C tier for me. And then next we get up to the Chick-fil-A biscuit. You said you've never had it? All right, I'm going to keep it short and sweet too. This is fucking D tier.
Yeah.
This is low. This is trash. I'm sorry. Chick-fil-A is overrated.
Chick-fil-A is yes.
Damn.
They're not open on Sundays. Their chicken is so freaking unseasoned. It's like the Jersey Mike's of chicken places.
Oh, God, it really is.
If you need the sauce,
that is apt. That is apt.
If you need the sauce to make your chicken have flavor, then you did not make it right.
That is apt. That is apt, sir. I would say that is. Yeah, the biscuit is super dry. The chicken is like whatever. Like literally, it's like they just put butter in everything and hope that it tastes better. And I understand that's probably like a southern thing, but honestly, the whole place is overrated, and this chicken sandwich is basura. It gets the basura rating. Basura. Oh, bro, I should have put that on the tier list. Basura rank. That's what I put this Chick-fil-A thing. But anyways, whatever.
I think you should try the McChicken biscuit from McDonald's. I think you'll have a better time.
I'm good.
All right. Next is Howlin Rays.
Yeah. Should I leave that to last or should I leave it? Because there is a story that goes along with the Howlin Rays one.
Yeah, let's just leave it to last.
All right, cool. So and that's funny. The 1 year anniversary of that event is actually coming up.
Oh my gosh. Oh
yeah. It was Uncle Steve's birthday on Saturday. We took him there last year.
Yeah.
All right. So the next one is that the McChicken?
No, that's the Jack.
Oh, this is the Jack. Yeah, you're right. Okay. So this is the Jack basic chicken sandwich. Basic. I don't mind it in the pinch. It's cheap.
Yeah, it's cheap.
It's not bad. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's gonna be C tier for me. It's kind of
C tier.
Yeah.
I was thinking like B tier.
Okay. I will put it in the B. For me, it's C. Like I said, it's okay. But if I had to choose between that or like a McChicken, I'm picking a McChicken. I just like the seasoning on the McChicken a little bit better. So we'll give it the B tier. But for me, it's C. So next after that is Jack Spicy Chicken. It's like one of my favorite chicken sandwiches. I'm gonna have to give it A tier.
A tier.
A tier.
All right.
Yeah, the chicken is always crispy. The spice is fairly consistent. I love tomatoes. I don't get it with cheese, but just like the way that it's dressed, even the bread is even better. Like to me, it's good. So I don't think you have it listed under the S tier. So I'm gonna say that A tier is the highest.
That's just the idea. Cheese and tomato on a chicken sandwich. Ugh.
Well, I don't get cheese. I only get tomato.
I know. Still.
Stop judging my tomatoes.
I'm not.
They're like a super fruit. I'm 6'2" because I ate tomatoes.
You eat tomatoes like apples.
And genetics. All right, cool. So then we have the McChicken.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's B tier for me.
Yeah, seems about right.
All right, cool.
It's not worse than Jack's basic chicken.
No, it's not worse. It's just different. And the flavor profile, I prefer a lot. I just, not a lot more, but I prefer it more than I do that. Yeah. So we'll leave it at the beer tier. Okay, so we have the B tier. So we have Popeyes and Raising Cane's left in terms of what we're going to talk about next. Which one do you want to approach with first? Popeyes. Okay.
That one's going to be short.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. So, I guess for me, this is the way I'm going to rate Popeyes. So I'm going to start by saying it's fucking delicious. It's fucking delicious. Like, in terms of the price, and we've had it like 3 or 4 times now.
Yeah.
I get the spicy one all the time. It's delicious. I've never had a bad experience eating this chicken sandwich. But, having said all that, when it first released,
oh boy, there
were fights, there were murders, there were stabbings. That's why we call it the stabby chicken sandwich.
Yep. Wasn't there like a...
There was a shooting. There was a running over. There was some old lady getting body slammed by one of the dudes that worked there when she got upset and started dropping N-bombs in a restaurant full of black employees. Dude came out, picked her ass up, and slammed her to the floor over a chicken sandwich that were sold out. She decided she needed to be racist and just demean the whole staff, and they picked her old ass up and slammed her to the ground. Now, I'm not one against violence against old people, but you know what? Do not have your mouth write a check that your ass can't cash no matter how fucking old you are. Let that be a lesson. You talk shit, especially nowadays, people are going to lift you up and throw you from the shoulders.
Yep.
So having said that, I think it's a delicious sandwich. Very, very tasty. Very, very good. And for the price that we get, not bad. It's A tier for me.
A tier.
It's A tier for me.
For me, like this is the only chicken sandwich that I get with everything on it. Pickles and mayonnaise. And that speaks volumes. So for me, I think it's S tier.
Okay.
It's the best of the best.
Wows. Okay. Best of the best. Damn, that's gonna make the next part a little bit more kind of interesting here. So okay, cool. We'll leave it at S tier because that was the highest ranking. I got S tier, so it's S tier.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I think I would have had it there, but I have this thing mentally where I can't fall in love with the product that has been so hyped, and I feel like the hype behind this sandwich
was just a little too unreal.
Made it taste not worse or bad, but I was expecting so much more. Kind of like when people were saying, "Oh my God, Frozen is like the best movie ever," and I put off watching it for like a year, I think, and then when I finally saw, I was like, "This was it. This was the biggest, greatest movie of all time." Like like it wasn't even, dude. Coco was better than Frozen 1. Like Moana was better than Frozen 1. Yes. Like Up and so many other movies either before or after have been better than Frozen 1. But Frozen 1 is the big hype machine and everything else. And again, like if you like it, that's cool. We can differ on opinions. But
Frozen 2 is so much better. I think
I've never seen it.
You'd have a good time.
We'll see.
I'm not saying you'd have like an out of body experience.
We'll see.
But you'll have a good time.
We'll see. I don't think that's gonna happen. Yeah, and also that's the other thing too. If I have a bad experience with one of the products, movies, or the franchise, I just don't ever watch the other ones. So Frozen 2 is probably a movie I'm never gonna watch.
All right.
But there could always be a time. Who knows? We got God kids now that are gonna want to watch this. I mean, I almost watched it this past week because they wanted to watch it. Almost. So I mean, it's almost. So I mean, it could get closer. Because if Robro asked me, I'm gonna be like, "Oh, baby, I don't. Let's go watch it then." Yeah. Okay, so now we got to the Raising Cane's.
Yes.
Raising Cane's chicken sandwich. So for me,
can I go first with this one?
Sure, go ahead.
I know you're gonna have a higher rank than me. Every time I go to Raising Cane's, I get the 4-piece combo.
The box combo.
The box combo, yeah, and that is delicious. The chicken tenders are like perfectly breaded, and they have. I know everybody says they're like flavorless. and they're not with the sauce, and I'm like, no, this isn't Chick-fil-A. They're really good. But the chicken sandwich, I feel like it ruins it.
Wow.
Because having cane sauce on the bread makes the tenders so soggy. And it just, like, you saturated them, and it just makes it so soggy, and they're falling out. So for me, this is a C tier sandwich.
Wow.
Like, it's heresy to put it on the same tier as Chick-fil-A, but...
Well, I mean, Chick-fil-A is D tier.
Yeah. I'm not putting this in D tier.
C
Chick-fil-A's in just, ugh. But, yeah.
Okay, so that's actually going to change my thing. That's actually going to change it a little bit, because that is the same kind of like scenario that I found myself kind of having with the sandwich when I first got it. It's that the strips tend to be really, really big, where if you have all three left in there, like, it's not going to be a proper experience eating it. So what I ended up doing is I take out the third one, and then I leave two, like the two biggest pieces that I could have, and then I put additional cane sauce myself. But to me, I'm not really much of a bread person. The thing that makes this sandwich just that much tasty is the bread. I'm not a big bread person. I'm like, for me, like, you know, like I am.
You don't like the toast?
I'm more into the old school, like, Hispanic Latino lifestyle of, like, you know, like, I like pan dulce, I like guava rolls, I like, you know, like, you see, like, the corn cookies that we got from Andy and Grandma. Like, I like things like that. So, like, for me, that's the type of bread that I like. Like buns and, like, you know, like other, like, you know, like sandwich meats and sandwich breads and hoagies and loaves and sourdoughs and stuff like that. Like, yeah, when I get a good one, I'll eat it and it's fine with me. But I don't go out and try to eat bread. And then when all these other sandwiches here, like, I think Popeyes up until this point has had the best bread. But the bread, this brioche bun that they use on the Raising Cane's, it's so good, dude. Like, I could eat that bread by itself. You toast that up, I'll probably just be eating it by itself. Like, that bread is so tasty to me. And I don't know why, but it adds that much to it.
I wonder if I can do that. Like, can you substitute my Texas toast for the brioche bun?
I doubt it.
You could ask them.
You could ask them, yeah, but I doubt it. I doubt that they would do without an extra price, because it's just different bread. Like, Texas toast is just like thick white bread that they toast up, or like a brioche bun is like an actual like brioche bun. It's like a whole different process. I think it's more expensive bread, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
But I guess having heard all that, I was gonna S tier it.
Oh wow.
But hearing your things, and like, did have the same thing. Even with the sauce doesn't bother me as much, because I always add more anyways. And I think part of the reason why you're experiencing what you're experiencing a little bit more so now is because maybe it's just a cook time with us being in pandemic or everything. Like, you never really had it fresh. Like, we've never been able to just go to Raising Cane's and eat it there lately because of how it happened. Because you had yours during the pandemic, where we have to wait in line. Sometimes we have to wait behind another order, or they're backed up, or part of our order is ready, the other order is not. Sometimes we get something that's cold, and I understand it. It's understandable. But I'm gonna give it an A tier.
All right.
Because I was gonna S tier it, but you know what? I can see where you're coming from, and kind of remembering how it was when I first had it. If it wasn't for that bread, I honestly probably would have said, I'm done. Like, I don't even want to eat this shit ever again. Like, straight, like, I wouldn't do that.
For done.
Yeah, pretty much. It would have been, just because it was just so cumbersome to eat. Like, the chicken was falling out, there was sauce everywhere, and but like, once I removed that third one and just left it with the two, like, it's been so much better. So I'll A tier it for that. So now we get to the Raising Cane's. Oh, sorry, the Howlin' Rays.
Yes.
So a little backstory in Howlin' Rays. I think out of all the places that we're talking about chicken sandwiches, this is probably, like, I guess the only boutique, I guess, chicken sandwich that we would. I mean, I don't know what else to call it, because it's not fast food, it's not cooked to order food from a franchise, and this is not a franchise in general. And here in SoCal, more particularly in the LA area, there has been this big uptick in places serving Nashville hot chicken sandwiches, or Nashville hot chicken. That's just been the thing that's been happening the last, like, 2 years. That has been the really big craze, Nashville hot chicken sandwiches, or Nashville hot chicken. This was one of those places. Uncle Steve, my brother, your uncle.
Yeah.
His birthday was last year, and he had gone there before, I think, or he had never been there. I can't remember, but he was
I
like,
think he went there, and then there was like a 4-hour line. So
or something, yeah. So he wanted to really go. So last year for his birthday, I said, okay, fuck it, we're gonna go. We got up, we waited in line. They met us in line. We were finally ordered there, and we got 2 chicken sandwiches hot. It was good. I'm not gonna lie, it was good. The slaw that they put on top, the Nashville, I got hot, and I think there's 2 more grades above it. There's like the extra hot, and then they have the Howlin. So I got like what would be considered their medium, which is hot. Not a bad sandwich. It's really huge. Like the chicken breast that they use is fucking big. The bread is delicious. The slaw is made fresh. The fries that came with it is good. Not a bad sandwich. My biggest deal with the whole experience of getting to the single sandwich is, one, if you don't go early in the morning to be in line by the time they open up, and I don't know how it is now because we're talking about the times last year, you're gonna literally wait 3 hours. A little bit less, probably a lot more sometimes, to get chicken from that place. It's not that good to me to be waiting in line 3 or 4 hours. Like, and doing what we did, I liked the experience because we got to go with Uncle Steve and we got to get some time. So that was cool. So at the part of life where that hit with everything else and everything else that happened, yeah, I think I'm going to have to stick with, I'm going to give it an A tier rating.
A tier, really?
Yeah, because, I mean, honestly, because once you get it, it's not a bad product.
No.
It's fresh. It's fresh. It's tasty. It's good. It's a big-ass sandwich. Like, you're going to leave that place stuffed.
Yeah.
But it's just, there's a lot of hype behind that place in general because they do sell like regular chicken, banana pudding, stuff like that. And it's not one of those things that's going to make me like just melt away by eating. And it's, it's a chicken sandwich. Like at the end of the day, I don't give, like we can go with, oh yeah, but it's a chicken sandwich. I'm not waiting 4 hours for a chicken sandwich. Like literally the things that this sandwich should make me do for me waiting 4 hours are inappropriate for me to say with you on the podcast. So, for me, it's A tier.
All right. Yeah, no, that's it, yeah.
Or you have A tier?
A tier.
Okay. So, and I guess the follow-up story to this, and I probably should have brought it up, but anyways. So, we took my brother out last year. And just like the place it's called Howlin Race, Nashville Hot Chicken. What's up?
Want to put the visuals back on?
Oh, yeah, we can.
So that's our tier list.
That's our tier list. So we have, I guess let's go over that really quick and I'll get to story time before we bounce out of this.
Okay.
We're back.
We're back
on the YouTube page. So we have the Popeye, the Stabby chicken sandwich actually being S tier. Honestly, I'm a little surprised by that. I honestly didn't think out of the 10 that it would be the only S tier one.
Yeah.
And it almost wasn't, but because of your criticism of Raising Cane's, I think it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, this is so the reason why I don't have a problem with this being S tier is, one, it's delicious. 2, it's not that expensive. I think it's like $4 for the sandwich.
Yeah.
You can get it in a combo or a dinner meal for like $7. It comes with a regular side and a drink. $7 is not bad, especially when you're getting like an actual like side. You can get corn, whatever the case may be. Right now, there's literally no hype behind it. It's just like a regular menu option, so nobody's getting stabbed over it. Nothing's over, And like you said, it's one of the few. It's the only sandwich really that you don't take anything out of. You eat it with the sauce, you eat it with the pickles, you eat it with, you eat everything with it. Everything else, for the most part, you eat plain or with some sort of modifications. Yeah, I mean, when everything's combined, it's probably with everything combined as a whole, convenience, taste, cost, everything. Yeah, it's S tier.
Yeah.
It has to be S tier. So I'm a little surprised by that, but you know what? It's good. Then we have the Burger King long chicken sandwich, the Jack Spicy chicken, the Raising Cane's chicken sandwich, and the Howling Raised chicken sandwich on A tier. We have the Bruxy sandwich, the Jack in the Box basic sandwich, and the McChicken on B tier. We have the Carl's Jr. Jalapeno one that you get in a $6 box at C tier, and then the last Basuda tier, D tier trash biscuit is the chicken biscuit sandwich from Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
God, it's such a terrible sandwich.
I went to that.
It's such a terrible place.
Yeah.
Like, that place is just...
I went to that place with Chandler the night of, I think, a football game on like a Thursday, Friday. Got a thing of chicken strips. Had a bite. Nothing. It was like chewing on crispy nothing. The sides aren't that great either. It's just a horrible.
There wasn't enough butter for you, or what was wrong? Did you ask him for extra butter? Maybe that was the problem. You didn't ask him for extra butter. You should have asked him for extra butter.
Are you joking or are you being serious?
I really don't know because I don't go there. I could be serious. I don't know.
No. I mean, yeah, it's just all flavorless. Just spend your money somewhere else. Anywhere else.
Anywhere else. Yeah. So I mean, I'm happy with the tier list. Actually, this was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Kind of put together. So okay, cool. So we got this. So the story behind the Howlin' Ray's chicken sandwich, and this is how we're gonna end this podcast, I believe, because it's getting kind of long. So we took my brother out there last year, bought the sandwiches up. I invited the whole family out for dinner or for lunch or breakfast, brunch, whatever the hell, before I went to work. We got chicken sandwiches. So they have 5 different spices. They have no spice, they have medium or mild, they have hot, which is what we got, they have extra hot, and then they have Howlin'. Howlin' is covered in 4 different types of spicy peppers. One of them being the ghost pepper, or a ghost pepper sauce or extract. I don't know. It has ghost peppers in it. Me and my infinite wisdom said, hey, we're here. Let's get a Howlin' chicken strip. And you know what? I can probably... Let me see. Where do we have a browser here with... let me do this one.
Yeah.
Let me see. Sorry, we're over here tapping. Tapping. I was gonna put Howlin' Rats.
Howlin'
Did
Rats.
you see that? Howlin' Rats.
Yeah. That's
Okay, Howlin' Ray's.
That's the spicy version of Chuck E. Cheese.
Ugh. Gross.
Oh gosh.
See, I'm trying to find that chicken wing.
That
Oh shit.
is it
I
now?
think this
That
one
on
is
the right?
the worst
The
one.
dark one.
Yeah. All right, let me see if I can get this blown up here. Oh, come on, internet.
Come on.
Internet has been...
Nice. Gosh. Here.
here.
Oh, there we go. Click on the image.
Okay, it's on Instagram.
Good
That's
enough.
fine. It is what it is. Good enough. Take away that debug list. Bam. Okay. So as you can see behind the big-ass dome that I have, we ended up getting this. Well, actually, no, this is a quarter chicken. We got a wing. A wing. One wing.
One wing.
One wing with this sauce. After we had just finished eating it, we're stuffed. It's like, we're here to get the experience, guys. We ordered banana pudding, and we buy this wing. I took a bite. It wasn't like a huge bite, but I took a bite. Unky Steve took like 3 bites. He literally stuffed his face in this.
In there.
I'm eating it. I'm chewing it. I start getting a bad, just reaction to this. He's not as bad. I literally got to the point where I puked in the trash can there. It irritated my stomach so much. I was puking for like a good 5 minutes. Just, it was uncontrollable. Uncontrollable. Unky Steve was like, Mo, are you okay? Are you okay? I'm like, it's just, he goes, Mo, are you fine? I'm like, I'm fine, Steve. I'm fine. Are you sure, bro? Are you sure? Steve, I'm, and just not the best experience. And it got to the point where literally after we left, I had to go to work that day, and almost about every hour I would get a text. Mo, are you good? Are you good, Mo? I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm fine. It's like, how are you feeling? How's your stomach? How's everything? I'm like, dude, I'm good. I think me, puking it up, it was the best thing for me to do. Are you sure? Are you sure? Every hour, that was the question that I got. He even called me after he knew I'd be out of work. And he was like, hey, are you okay? Are you good? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine, Steve. Damn, fool, I thought you were going to die. It's like, what? It's like, bro, I've never been so scared in my life.
You puked for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Like on and off.
Now, I will say, the chicken itself, from what I could taste of it, was pretty good. But once the spices got everywhere, dude, it was done. It was a done deal. It was GG, no re. It was donezo, dude. This was a first round TKO. I wasn't getting up. Like, if you can eat a wing of that, much less anything bigger than a wing, dude.
Like a quarter chicken.
You have
Good.
you have
Good
a cast iron stomach, because that shit is fucking insane. It is one of the most insane things I have ever had in my life. Like, spice wise and everything else. But you know what? If it wasn't 4 hours long, I'd go back and do it again.
Yeah.
If you said you have to wait half an hour, I'd be like, okay, cool. I'm gonna get the wing first, and then get a chicken sandwich with no spice, so I can use a chicken sandwich to numb the spice in my mouth. So I would coat my mouth with the wing and have all the spice of the wing, and then eat the chicken sandwich with no spice to even that out.
Oh, gosh.
In theory, I think that's how it works. In practice, I think I will be dead by the time I take the second bite of the chicken wing, and this is all just wait. Exhaustive theory.
You think you're eating the entire wing?
I'm paying for it. That's why you have to start with it first, so there's no spice in you. You get the wing with the bread and the banana pudding, and you like eat it little by little. And if you're still hungry after that, which for me, I'm pretty sure my stomach will be bloated from reacting to the spice, that I won't be hungry after that. But if I was, I would get a regular chicken sandwich or a regular chicken with no spice, and use that to kind of just sup up the leftover spice in my mouth if I'm not already dead or puking in another trash can.
Just fill one trash can up.
Yeah.
They have to bring like the police down. Like, wait, this guy needs another trash can.
This guy, he's muerto. He's dying. He's dying. Come and help him. Sir, are you okay? I'm But anyways, so that's everything that we got for today, I believe. Are we good? Is anything else you want to bring up?
No, that's it.
All right, so we good. 7 months in quarantine, still going. We broke our bubble, like I said, for the last month. We've been out, but we're still very protective of ourselves. We wash our face. We have literally a spray bottle that has rubbing alcohol, like a rubbing alcohol solution, so we can spray ourselves with. Wear a mask, wear everything else. Take care of yourself, people. The election is a couple weeks away. We don't talk politics on here, but you know what? I don't care who you vote for. Just go out and vote. It is one of the few privileges that you have here in America that for the most part we have over a lot of other different nations. Like, yes, I understand that other countries have it. Some countries do not. You have the chance to pick a leader. The only thing that I ask is that please, you pick a leader who's going to be responsible for everybody and not just some sort of fear that you have. If I personally have to if you want to know my standings on it, both candidates do not represent my interest for what I feel is the best interest of my family, the best interest of this nation, the best interest of its people. I believe both candidates are very, very divisive. You have one that wants to cater to one side of the political spectrum, and then you have another that's going to cater to the other side of the political spectrum. I don't deal in extremes. So for me, either candidate, not the ideal candidate. I do have to vote for somebody, right? So I do have to go out there and vote, but I am more concerned with voting for my local ordinances, my local bills, my local propositions, everything that's local to me or within the state. If you're not going to vote for a presidential candidate, then don't vote for a presidential candidate. But in the city that you live in, vote for what matters to you. Taxes, people, regulations, rights, whatever the case may be. Vote, 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 vote. Everybody wants to make it that you have to vote for this president, you have to vote for this. That's 2% of what really matters in this country. A lot of the times, those dudes are just figureheads. What really matters is the bills, the propositions, the mandates, and everything else that you have to vote for within your own city, within your own state. Go out there and vote. Flex your vote and help other people out. Don't vote based on your fears. Don't vote based on what you think somebody may take from you if the other person wins. Vote and what works best for everyone. If that means that you have to give up a dime to give somebody a nickel, or give two people a nickel so they can have a helping hand, look, you're going to get your dime back. Some way, somehow. You will. Take care of the other ones. Let the community, the cities, Everything only works better when we work together. That's how we build strong communities, strong relationships, strong friendships. Start with the vote, go from there, care for others. Aside of that, wear your mask, wash your hands, do all the good stuff. Take care of yourselves. I understand, mask not very popular. Don't do it for yourself. Do it for others. It's that simple. Other than that, I don't think I have much else to add to the ending of this.
No.
No?
No.
Okay. Well, I guess with everything, got to give the shout outs to the peoples. So, has been in the back for most of the episodes. You know it's good. Lil'zzz, created by my friend Brissia Jiménez, aka B Doodles on the Twitter. This is her Redbubble page. They have Lil'zzz product stuff, pillows, shirts. How do we go back one? Yeah, okay, cool. Owl stuff, like all this stuff is hers. Support if any of this stuff if any of this stuff piques interest. Again, all the descriptions all the links are in the description below. This is the Redbubble page. This is the threadless shirts, and currently they are having an all tea sale for $12. So again, if you got kids, you got somebody who like these little cute little figurines, you want to wear them, by all means, right now is probably like one of the best times to actually buy. We're recording this on the 20th. It has now become the 21st because it's past midnight. This will probably go up on the 21st. These deals hopefully will go out throughout the whole week. There doesn't seem to be an end date, but $12 to support an up and coming artist. She is a professional. She is currently, I believe, the art assets manager at Sony, or one division at Sony. So you're getting professional quality work from a professional in the industry. If you want to support that, you got kids you got family members that just want cute little shirts, you got that. If you want an actual commission from her, you can follow her and ask her, DM her on her Twitter. It's at bdoodles on Twitter. Hit her up, let her know, ask her for her prices. I really don't know what her prices are, but you can DM her. Her commissions are currently open as expressed here. Commissions open. And then the last page that we have for her is the Instagrams for Lil'zzz. Again, if you want to give them a follow on the Lil'zzz Instagram, it's at Lil'zzz. I believe a little thing right here might be 2 underspaces, LIL, 2 underspaces, Z's, ZZZS. And the music that we're about to head off to is presented by, or was created by, my cousin Howlin. You can find him on the YouTube here. You can also find him on the Spotify here and other music distribution sites. All those, again, all the links will be in the description down below for both the podcast and the video. And with that, I think we are at the very, very end. Thank you all for listening, for the very few that do listen. We're just trying to build something. We're just trying to have fun and pass the time and just talk and just kind of bond as father and son and just kind of share interests with other people and just kind of create something. We don't know what it's going to become or what it's going to be, or even if it's going to lead to anything big. But, we do this for fun. And if you listen to us doing something for fun, we appreciate that. Every time I get like a thumbs up on the YouTube, or I see, like a listens on our podcast, I'm like, okay, cool. Like it went from 1, 2 to now it's like 6. And we had like a video with like 10. And I'm like, cool, those ain't us. It's somebody else. Somebody else is watching. If that's a fam, thank you, fam. If that's somebody that's just randomly, thank you so much. And again, if you want to reach out to us, you want to ask us questions, you want to be part of this whole Mo Banter experience, which is kind of part of the conversation, by all means, email us at moebanterpodcast@gmail.com. That's moebanterpodcast@gmail.com. First try, boom!
Yeah.
Africa TV, still not a sponsor.
Go Armani.
Go Armani.
Go Dodgers.
Go Dodgers. Go Niners. Go everybody else. Everybody else be safe. My boy, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
It's always a pleasure. And for everybody else out there, be good to each other. Be safe with each other. I understand it's not possible all the time. I understand that life can be hard, and sometimes you just don't feel like playing nice. And it's completely understood. But life is too short to hate people. Life is too short to be around hate. Just enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? Don't enjoy hating people. Just enjoy laughing, enjoy eating, enjoy joking, enjoy the company of others. We've all been in quarantine or been fighting quarantine for the last 7 months. Imagine if that was your life for the rest of your life. And that is exactly what you guys do when you start hating, when you start doing stuff. You put yourself in self-quarantine because you're not experiencing the world that is meant to be experienced. We're here to share this world together. We're not here to be selfish. We're not here to push our own thoughts amongst others. We're here to share this world together and to get along. The more we understand about each other, the more we understand about ourselves, the happier everyone becomes. But it only works if everybody is willing to do that part. Having said all that, thank you guys again. This will be up as soon as possible. Support the crew, support the people. And again, if you want to be in the back, you can be in the background as well. And do all this stuff. I guess we'll go back to this page. We're going to put on the music. And with that, we'll see you next time. Adios. Yeah.
Moving on in slow-mo, happy in a boat, rather be lost with you. Yeah. I try to do it solo, do it the go-go, do it lost with you. Yeah, I do it with you. When I lose it, doors pour Richard. Yeah, they don't know the situation. Only pages in the bigger picture pause when the picture or pause of the liquor, yeah. Feels like a Salvador and a killer, yeah. It helps shut the doors and it seals them up. Hope I some more when I fill my cup. I hope that my hope finds hope. And my vital signs on idle. Cause if I don't find hope, I know Bible, there's no time. Moment's final. If I don't find hope, that's no sad, those feelings I score. Moving on in slow-mo, happy in a boat, or rather be lost with you. Yeah. They try to do it solo, do it the go-go, and do it lost with you. Getting lost in my car, yeah. Getting lost in my car. Are you chasing death instead of commas? What example are we setting for our daughters? Think of the good as with Gianna and Black Mamba at the bottom. Keep your head above the water. I don't wanna do this, but I gotta face the horror, death before dishonor. Design a destiny, fuck the pride, I'm a father. It's more than just my problem. Maybe thought to blame the way it was brought up. Getting caught up, expectations of my father. Try to mock up the greatness in Nirvana. Instead of shocking and a spinner to control like a shot up helicopter. Hurting but I'm not hurt. Rather have this problem than a doctor. Pushing down the pills, they kill me softly like Lauryn Hill in concert. To this bitch called life isn't worth it, and I don't even want her. Moving on in slow-mo, happy in a boat, or rather be lost with you. They try to do it solo, do it the go-go, do it lost with you. Getting lost in my